Hi everyone. We wanted to talk to you today a little bit about our upcoming art and music, or Plus Music series. This year we're departing from what we did last year, which is what we normally do. And we're going to do some really fun things with plants and sound and making art from it this year. So today we have the full team here. Sandi, Grant on the synthesizer, and what you can't see operating the video is Tim. So the three of us will be running the class. Each class is an hour and a half or 2 hours, and we supply all the supplies, and so you just show up and have a great time. Now, some people have been asking us, well, how do we do this? They can't quite understand what we're going to do. So what we thought we'd do is make a short video to give you a little preview of how much fun it is and how straightforward it actually is. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is, how do you create a visual from a sound? That's the first thing that people go, oh, no, I can't do that. But it's really, really easy. So one example that I always use is, imagine you're listening to a lawnmower. So it's sort of there in the background. So if I said to you, take a pencil or a pen and just record in a line what you're hearing. So for me, I'd be doing something like this, bzzz, right? And all of a sudden the thing hits a stick and it goes, and then it's back to bzzz. So that's a very simple illustration of how you would record what you're hearing. The other day I was at the beach and I thought, oh, I'm going to do line of what I'm listening to. And it was so peaceful. And the gentle waves. And then that seventh one hit and it was like crash, back to the waves. And then this horrible sound intervened. It was like, and a skidoo went by, or sea-doo, or whatever they call them. Anyhow, again, those are simple illustrations of how you use your emotional reaction to what you're hearing to create the visual. Now, on to the plants and the music thing. Now, what is that possibly about? Well, it all started with Grant and his synthesizer, and I was in Halifax, and he kept saying, listen to this. And he kept hooking various things up to the synthesizer, which is great fun. And then informed me, what we're going to do in the fall is this, which is plants and music and making art. And so when I returned to Winnipeg, we decided we would do a session so he could show me what he means in live time. And that's what we did one afternoon. So this is my oldest plant. It's called a Madagascar jewel. And I thought, oh, I would just love to hear what this plant tells us about itself. So in preparation for Grant coming over, I thought, I'm going to paint a picture of what I think the Madagascar jewel is about. And so I painted this picture. Okay, fairly standard watercolor. I thought it was lovely. I thought, oh yes, that looks like the plant. I think that's what the plant is about. It's so stately, and I've given the height and the green variation. And then Grant arrives. Grant, show them what you did.
All right. So I'll just add this. There's a thing in music called synthesia, and what it means is you hear in color. So when you hear certain things, it reveals a color in your brain. And some people have this. I think everybody has it, but some people are really in tune with it. I learned about it when I was a teenager, and I read an article called "The Key of D is Daffodil Yellow." And I thought, wow, that's fascinating. And I started reading about it, and ever since then I've been fascinated by that concept. And I realized everything I do when I play music is in color. So this is a beautiful combination of that. This project is my dream. So I have a small synthesizer card. It's called Mini Sprout, and it's this thing right here. And it has a probe hooked to it, like the same kind of probes when you go to the doctor and get a test done, they hook them to your finger like this. A probe like this, they hook it to your finger like that and you get a heartbeat or whatever. It has the same kind of probes that we can hook to the leaves, and then the electronic impulses that are going around the plant as it does different things, like one of the energies of the plant is that it sucks up liquid from the soil, and as it does that, it actually creates a force, an electronic force, and that sort of rushes through all the leaves and all the roots and everything. And so what you do is you hook a probe to one leaf and then to another one, and you can hear what's going on in that plant. And so right now, this one's very active. As you see, all these lights are the sensors going off, and it sounds like this. Over to you, Sandy.
Yeah. So when I heard this, I no longer thought of my Madagascar jewel as this stately, lovely, solid thing. I immediately said, this is who this plant is. Okay? And I just threw color around very quickly. This was a very quick illustration. So now I understand my plant not to be this, but rather this. Okay? And if I had time in my busy life, I feel like I would add threads to this. I would make it a real multimedia thing with threads flying off and even more color at the end of the thread. It feels to me like it's just popping and exploding and sending out all this energy. Now, some of the people that come to our class love to do collage. So in the same quick manner, I said, oh yeah, we could do that too. So how would you create an emotional reaction to the plant using paper? This is very quick, but collage doesn't have to be flat pieces. Again, I'm trying to express to you very quickly, it's explosion. This plant is exploding on us. It's sending out all this. I think it's joyous. Tim wanted to know, do you think it's mad because we're bugging it? But I have heard joy, and maybe that's just me trying to say, no, it's not mad, Tim. It's not mad. It's happy we're doing this to it, And so what will happen during the class is you'll have a chance to react to one or more plants that Grant will hook up, and we will have a selection of supplies for you. I'll have all kinds of paper and watercolor and pens and things like that. And we will hook the plant up, you will hear the sound, and then you will react to it with your art materials. Tim will video all of us, including what the plant is doing and the sounds, and we'll make a very short movie out of it for everyone to enjoy. Anything else, you guys?
Well, the plant actually, over that time frame, will change. The sound will change a lot. It gets quiet, it gets subdued, then somebody walks by and it starts reacting again, or
we water it.
And it'll really go crazy.
Yeah.
So we can do all those things, and it's a really wonderful experience to do the visual and the sound together.
You won't believe your reaction when you hear this in person. It's just like you're basically speechless. It's changed my entire relationship with my plants. I've now become the crazy plant plant lady. I talked to them. I immediately went out after Grant was here and repotted them all and apologized for not paying good attention. Everyone thinks I've gone crazy, and maybe I have. But it's a good crazy.
I have to say, in the morning now, I hook this up on a nice day, and I'll hook it up to my morning glories.
Oh, yeah.
And I just sit there and drink coffee and listen to it. It's so enjoyable. I love it.
Tim has, Grant, has a series of opus. I think it was 1, 2, and 3, right? To the Morning Glory. They're really interesting. I think, are they on your website?
Yeah, I can connect those. Yeah, they're on my website too.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll hook up to those too.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Okay, thanks. Thanks, Kim.